Have you ever felt like you were running a race with no finish line in sight?
Like you were giving it your all, day in and day out, but the goalposts just kept moving further away?
That was the story of my friend David. David was a brilliant software developer from a small town with big dreams. He grew up watching his parents work tirelessly on their farm, their hands calloused but their spirits strong. They taught him the value of hard work and faith. "David, my son," his father would say, wiping sweat from his brow. "The sun rises and sets, but God's grace is constant. Trust in his timing." He carried those words with him when he moved to the bustling city of Lagos. He had a vision to create a mobile app that would connect small-scale farmers directly to buyers, cutting out the middlemen who often exploited them. He called it FarmConnect. It was a dream born from love for his parents and his community. The first few years were tough. David poured every penny he had, every ounce of his energy into FarmConnect. He lived in a tiny one-room apartment, surviving on instant noodles and the occasional care package from his mother. He'd code all day, his fingers flying across the keyboard, and spend his nights pitching to investors, only to be met with polite rejections. "The market is too saturated," one would say. "Your model is unsustainable," another would dismiss. The city was a concrete jungle, and David felt like a small plant trying to push through the cracks. Doubt, that cold and creeping vine, began to wrap around his heart. He would look at his reflection and see tired eyes, a gaunt face. Was he just a fool chasing a fantasy? One evening, after a particularly brutal rejection, David walked aimlessly through the crowded streets. The sounds of the city, the horns, the market chatter, it all felt like a deafening roar of failure. He found himself standing outside a small old church. The sound of a choir singing a familiar hymn drifted out into the evening air. It was a song his mother used to sing to him as a child. He stepped inside. The voices washed over him, singing, "The day thou gavest, Lord, is ended." Each verse spoke of the sun setting, of the day's work being done, but also of a kingdom that never wanes, a praise that never ceases. It reminded him of his father's words. "The sun sets on our efforts, our struggles, our worries, but God's plan continues, uninterrupted." In that moment, something shifted in David. He wasn't just building an app. He was planting a seed. And seeds don't sprout overnight. They need time, patience, and unwavering faith in the soil and the sun. He walked out of that church not with a new strategy or a promise of funding, but with a renewed spirit. His focus changed from desperation to dedication. He went back to his tiny apartment, not with a heavy heart, but with a sense of purpose. He wasn't just coding, he was weaving a lifeline for people like his parents. The rejections still came, but they no longer felt like personal failures. They were just part of the process, like clouds passing before the sun. He started a small blog, sharing his journey, the highs and the lows. He wrote about his vision for FarmConnect with so much passion and authenticity that people started to notice. Other young tech enthusiasts, moved by his story, reached out. "We believe in what you're doing," they'd say. "How can we help?" A small community began to form around FarmConnect. A graphic designer offered to create a logo for free. A marketing student helped him build a social media presence. It was no longer just David's dream. It became a shared vision. They were a small army, fueled by belief. Then came the day he met Sarah. She was a seasoned agricultural economist who stumbled upon his blog. She saw the genius in his idea, not just as a business, but as a solution to a real-world problem. She had the connections David lacked. She saw his heart, his resilience, and she believed. Sarah introduced David to a group of impact investors, people who wanted to put their money into projects that made a difference. This time, the pitch was different. David didn't just talk about code and profit margins. He told his story. He spoke of his parents, of the farmers, of his journey from a small town to the big city, of the evening in the church when he almost gave up. He spoke of faith, not just faith in God, but faith in his community, faith in the goodness of people, and faith in the dream itself.
The investors saw more than an APP.
They saw a movement. They saw a young man whose spirit could not be broken. The funding came through. FarmConnect launched, and the impact was immediate. Farmers started getting better prices for their produce. Families were transformed. David's tiny seed had grown into a mighty tree, providing shade and fruit for many.
He moved his parents to a more comfortable home, but they still kept their small farm, a reminder of where it all began.
David's story isn't just about an APP. It's about the journey of life. It's about the sunsets on our dreams, the moments of darkness and doubt where it feels like the day is over and we have failed. But just as the sun sets, it also rises. The hymn says the darkness falls at God's behest, but his kingdom stands and grows forever.
Our struggles, our heartaches, our long nights of worry,
they are just sunsets. They are not the end of the story. A new day is always coming. A new season is just around the corner. Every ending is just a setup for a new beginning. Think about where you are right now. Maybe you feel like David in his one-room apartment.
Maybe you're facing rejection after rejection.
Maybe the dream you hold so dear feels so far away. Remember, the sun sets every single day, but it has never failed to rise again. Your current struggle is just a sunset. Your breakthrough, your victory, your new morning is coming. Hold on to that faith. The same power that turns the planet and guides the stars is watching over your life. Your story is not over. The best chapters are yet to be written. The coming years hold promises you can't even imagine right now. Your FarmConnect, whatever it may be, will flourish. If you believe that your story is not finished, if you believe that you will overcome your current challenges and walk into a brighter future, if you believe you will see the end of 2025, sing this song with me.